Hi, I'm Flower Mound Town Manager James Childers, and I'd like to take some time today to break down the town's fiscal year 2025-26 budget, which was recently passed by the Town Council. All budgets ultimately hinge on what we can afford, and to be quite frank, this year's budget tested our resilience. Before we get into why the town's revenues have taken a significant hit this year, I'd like to touch on the item that is often most important to you, the resident, and that is our tax rate. This budget will hold our tax rate steady at about 38 cents per $100 valuation. Additionally, the Town Council voted to increase the homestead exemption to 20%, which is the maximum allowed by state law. Put simply, the owner of a $524,000 home in Flower Mound, which represents the average taxable value for a homesteaded household, will pay approximately $169.07 per month in property taxes to the town for a variety of services including police, fire, parks and recreation, streets, and more. Here's how that money is distributed amongst a few of those departments each month. $115.51 goes to public safety to ensure your fire and police departments are prepared to handle any emergency that comes our way. $10.82 goes to public works, which oversees the town's vital infrastructure, maintains our roads, traffic signals, and so much more. $24.89 goes to Parks and Recreation, which operates the Community Activity Center, Senior Center, cares for our parks, trails, and sports facilities, plans amazing community events, and plenty more. $6.16 goes to the library, which facilitates lifelong learning, supports education, and provides access to crucial resources for the community. And $11.69 goes to Development and Environmental Services, which pays for development review, permitting, code enforcement, and helps to maintain the high quality development and property standards that the town of Flower Mound is known for. Over the years, the town has worked hard to put your tax dollars to good use, building a level of service that sets us apart. As town manager, it's a point of pride for me. However, for the first time in the past 15 years, the town's property tax base decreased by 2% compared to the prior year's certified tax roll. And if you account for new growth, the loss is closer to 5%. To help explain why we've seen a decrease and what it means for our residents, here's the town's Chief Financial Officer John Zagurski.
The decline in revenue that the town has seen in this year is primarily due to a lack of new developments and home sales. With some of the highest interest rates seen in the past decade and economic uncertainty, fewer people have sold their homes, resulting in a decrease in new builds. Additionally, moves by the Texas legislature to cap local municipality property tax revenue have further depleted our bottom line. Specifically, Senate Bill 2, passed in 2019, limits Texas towns and cities to a 3.5% annual revenue cap on the operating side of the tax rate. Finally, sales tax receipts have remained flat as the economy continues to recover from the rampant inflation of the past 5 years. Just as our residents have tightened their personal budgets during these challenging times, so too has the town of Flower Mound. However, we are confident in our ability to navigate these challenges and continue to provide for our community.
Thanks, John. Now I'd like to go through some of the key components of this budget. Even during tight financial times, it is essential that we continue to invest in our outstanding town staff members, as they are the backbone of this organization. This budget includes merit increases and market adjustments to remain competitive in the Dallas-Fort Worth marketplace and to reward performance. We value our staff and their contributions, and this investment is a testament to that. If there was a second theme to this year's budget, it would be capital investment. In May of this year, our residents voted to support our strategy with the passage of the 2025 bond program, which funds $112 million in capital investments for our streets, trails, parks, and recreation amenities. This bond program was made possible by shifting our financial strategy to utilize debt for capital projects, thereby freeing up operating dollars for increased maintenance. For a quick update on that bond program, specifically related to Parks and Recreation, here's the department's director, Chuck Jennings.
With the town's budget being so trim this year, the passing of this bond program is even more of a win for Flower Mound. It allows us to continue to be good stewards of the town's existing parks and recreation assets, while still moving these important projects forward. Of the available funds, a portion will be used to upgrade and renovate the Community Activity Center, which will celebrate its 18th year in 2026. Expand and renovate Leonard and Helen Johns Community Park. Design and construct Phase 2 at Twin Coast Park, as well as Prairie Trail Park. Create a 24-hour library self-service center in West Flower Mound. Convert a soccer field at Chin Chapel Soccer Complex to a multi-use sports turf field, and improve and connect Flower Mound's trail system. While we're still waiting on funds to become available, we've already started working on first steps of many of these projects, so we can hit the ground running once those funds are available. Design work is underway for the library oasis and trailhead in West Flower Mound. We've also started the process of selecting partners to design and execute the CAC renovation and expansion, Leonard and Helen Johns community park improvements, the Chin Chapel Soccer Complex field conversion, and a segment of the Shadow Ridge Park Trail. Because this bond program earmarks funds specifically for these projects, the town's general fund is freed up to support day-to-day operations of the town. We anticipate all parks and recreation projects included in this bond program will be started within the next 5 years.
Thanks, Chuck. Public safety is also a key focus area for capital investment. We are currently in the design phase for fire stations 3 and 6. Additionally, we are in the land acquisition phase for a new police facility, as our current facility is over 30 years old and lacks the practical means for a much-needed expansion. Finally, one of only 2 new general fund items approved in this year's budget includes funds for our FMPD recruiting website to help us attract and retain top talent. This trim budget includes just 1 new position for the town. Financed by the utility fund, Public Works will be adding a full-time asset management analyst to the team to help them anticipate future needs and efficiently allocate resources. Other new budget items that were approved pulled from buckets specific to their function, including the Parks and Recreation 4B Sales Tax Fund, Crime District Sales Tax Fund, and the Hotel Motel Occupancy Tax Fund. As always, I want to acknowledge and thank all staff members and department heads who contributed their time and energy to preparing the proposed budget. Their dedication and hard work are sincerely appreciated. We're also grateful to the leadership and guidance provided by the mayor and the town council during the budget preparation process. The town of Flower Mound is unwavering in its commitment of providing superior quality of life for its residents, business owners, and the community as a whole. We achieve this by consistently investing in our parks, recreational spaces, businesses, public safety, and infrastructure, ensuring that our town remains a safe, vibrant, and thriving place. This budget reflects those unwavering intentions. Thank you for your time, and we thank you for being an essential part of Flower Mound's continued success.